Welcome to the Hill Country Nation Sports Wrap-Up Show here for episode 3. Hey, we got a special guest in the house here tonight, and tell you what, man, it's going to be good to get to know. In fact, we put something up on Facebook, and you might have to ask him here a little bit later on, too, just to make sure that he's all savvy there. So, not really much going around the Hill Country right now as far as sports news. Everybody getting geared up. 7-on-7 is kind of almost, I think that's all officially done. Now it's just kind of doing some off-season stuff like that, getting ready for two-a-days coming up in a few weeks and all of that as well. Joining me right now is Trey Collis of the JC3. What's up, Trey? How you doing?
Oh, man, 4th of July is over with. 2 days or 3 weeks away, baby. 3 weeks.
Can you believe that? We look forward to that, man. Some people look forward to, when it comes to Christmas and different things. We know that once 4th of July is over, it's just right around the corner, baby, before our kickoff time for high school sports.
I'm excited. I know my wife's not. She doesn't like football. But you know what? She gets 2 months without me. It's my turn. Here we go, baby. Football season. When it's special, I'm excited, man. Hey, thank you again for actually putting 2 slides in the opening of me.
You like that? Now, so see, we're even 2-2 now. See, to me, to you, the rest is all history. There's some good ones from way back in the day on those pictures. We're gonna have to update that too sometime, very, very soon. All right, man. We have a big guest coming up here, and I tell you what, man. All the years that we've been covering sports and stuff, I think the most words that have ever really gotten out of this guy was, hey, what's up? How you doing? And that's kind of about it. And we're talking about the new athletic director and head coach for these guys, the Center Point Pirates. And I know they have a new logo, new helmet, but I didn't get that yet. But so there you go. So we got to give it up for none other than Coach Mario Laque. How you doing, Coach?
Good evening, gentlemen. Doing fine. How about y'all?
Doing awesome.
Awesome.
How's Jake doing? He was a force to be with, man. It was awesome to call his name out several hundred times.
He's adjusting to life. He's working at the local HEB here. He's getting ready to start his freshman year at Shriner.
I saw that post. I was like, in fact, is he working tonight? Because I got to go to HEB.
No, as a matter of fact, he's decided to cut the yard right now. You might hear him outside.
Perfect time to do it.
No money involved with that. That's just you better do it.
He'll do it. He'll do it. He's fine. He's a good kid. Great kid.
Talking with there we go. I was like, I thought I put our names up there, but you never can tell. And then tonight, Trey, you're in charge of comments, just letting you know.
All right. Justin P, baby, say, let's go.
There you do it. Coach Mario Laque. Coach, first of all, welcome to the show. It's an honor that you're here, and we get to do it like this here, also via the technology of life, which is awesome. And so talk about the Cody Newcomb give you the call. What kind of prescribed and how did that kind of go? Were they looking at other people and they got you? What was the process? I'm asking 50 million questions here.
Actually, the job closed on a Friday, and it was that Monday I was in my conference, which is 6th period right after lunch, and I was just grading some papers, and he walked in and said, hey, we'd like to visit with you. See you in about 15 minutes. I said, okay. And went and sat down with him and a few other gentlemen on the school board, and it was very informal. We just spoke about, what we saw in the program, what we thought needed to be improved. And we talked a solid hour maybe, and just, very, like I said, informal. And they said, there's a 2-week time frame and we'll get back to you. And I said, okay, no problem. And I went back and I sat down in my classroom, and then I had a class coming in and I got called out again. So somebody came and covered my class. I went back over to the school board room and they offered me the job.
Now, did you have to say, did you take it like right away? Did you have to talk with Carrie? Did she kind of know what was going on? And we're talking about Carrie, his wife, 24 years there, but how did that go?
Sure. She's always in the know. And, she always wants what's best for us. And, the boys and I are very fortunate to have her. And I didn't discuss it with her, but knowing her all these years, I knew she'd be happy for me.
Absolutely.
So I called her as soon as we were done, and she was excited for me, but just like I thought. And
had to go out and get a steak or something. Then
we sure did. I was a little late the next day.
Trey, what you got?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not talking to my wife either. I'm going straight. Yeah, athletic director, my first one. Yeah, we're getting. I'm not talking to my wife. This just knows this is what I wanted. So, that's awesome. Congratulations on the new gig. You're going to do great at Center Point. I know you are. But I want to get to know you a little bit more. What are you going to bring to Center Point that they haven't seen before?
Well, I've been there. I've been there for 8 years. I've been the offensive coordinator there, and I got the job pretty late. So we just focused on what we could control, and that was the last 3 weeks of school. So we just went back to moving with a purpose, getting after it. I mean, moving with a purpose and controlling what we can. Always in control of our attitude, always in control of our work ethic. We can't control whether a ref throws a flag. We just have to keep pushing on, and that's what we put the boys through. We put them through, and we tested them mentally, and they failed, but they knew, they can get back up and let's get after it again and let's do it right. And we finished the year strong. We're very, very happy with the way the year ended. And now we're in summer workouts, and we're getting a good group of boys up there lifting weights and doing our skills and getting ready. It's exciting, and I'm excited, and the kids seem to be excited. So let's go. Like Justin T said, let's go.
That's right.
Justin T also says, "Where's my Center Point hat, JR?"
Yeah, right. Talk to this guy right down here on the bottom screen right there, man. He'll hook you up for sure. Judge, he still wants a Hill Country Nation one. We have to get some extra ones made or something like that. But Justin T's always looking for merch like me. Coach, early on, you went to Southwest high school with the Dragons, and you were on some solid teams there. You had one memorable season. Dragons go undefeated district play. There's a lot of things, going to get into the playoffs, and you got a legend in your back pocket that's just, barking orders, making you do front back goes, making you better, not only as a team, but as a young man. What does it mean to have a coach like Sonny Detmer and you're being coached under a guy like him?
I mean, I got to know, my sophomore year was his first year there. And the guy made a huge impression in my life. Aside from my dad, he's the biggest impression in my life. And by the time I was a senior, anytime he spoke, I was locked in. I was locked into every word he said, because I knew that he cared about me, not just as a player, but he wanted me to do good after my playing days were done. And that kind of resonates in my coaching philosophy now. It's not about what the kid can do for you while they're playing. It's just, you want them to be a solid young man when they leave your after they're done with your charge. So it was just an amazing experience. I was very, very lucky, very, very fortunate. And then a few years later, when I'm done with college, he gives me my first job. So, yeah, I can't say enough about the guy. And the stuff he taught me is just, it's invaluable.
I'm used to you rambling on and asking more questions.
I'm a play-by-play commentator.
Dude. I was like, shut up, JR.
Got to get the gab.
I want to get away from football a little bit, and I want to get to powerlifting.
Okay.
For people who don't know about powerlifting, can you go into depth? Like, you're, I guess, the head coach of the powerlifting team at Center Point?
Yes, but that's a funny story. I mean, if we got the time, I played baseball against Bubba Walters growing up. And we ran into each other at UT Pan American, where we both went to college. And then we both got coaching gigs at Mission. And then he left. He got a coaching gig in Ingram. And I remember him leaving. And I remember thinking to myself, where the heck is Ingram? I was a South Texas boy, San Antonio boy. So then me and my family moved up to San Antonio a few years later, I'm sorry. And I'm the powerlifting coach in Lytle, Texas. And I run into Bubba at a powerlifting meet at Pearsall. And he says, I have an open slot. And I had, me and Carrie would always wanted to have the boys at a smaller school. And it was the perfect fit. So lo and behold, I end up at Center Point. as a powerlifting coach. And what powerlifting cases is you get 9 lifts, 3 squat, 3 bench, and 3 deadlift. And then they add up your totals. You know, it's a long, grueling sport. It's a sport you can't hide because it's just you and the platform and the weights. You can't blame it on anybody else.
Exactly.
And it's just very mentally challenging. You miss 2 lifts, and if you don't get, like, say you have 3 squat and you don't get 1 squat, you are done for the meet. It's what you call a bomb out. You don't get to bench and you don't get to deadlift. So you miss 2 lifts, you know, it's in your head. Yeah. You've got to overcome that. And it's just, it's tough and it's grueling and it hurts. And a lot of people don't like it, but our kids have embraced it at Centerpoint.
How many state champions do you have under your belt?
We got 2 second place and 1 first place. And that's on the last 4 years. We missed a year because of COVID. We had 7 girls going to the state meet, and we didn't get to. I think we had a good shot at winning it that year, but COVID canceled the state meet.
Oh. That's always nice to have that trophy and those gold medals too, though. Oh, yeah. State champ, and do you have the plaque or you know, still state champ?
Oh yeah. If you go to Centerpoint, there's a big row of big state championships that the girls have accomplished, and that was a solid group of girls. And you know, we have several 2-time state champions, so you know, they definitely have flourished, and you can see the difference. They come to you as little freshmen, and they're very meek, very soft-spoken, and by the time they're seniors, I mean, they just hoot and holler and get after it, and just so confident about themselves, not afraid of anything.
Coach, with the, you know, powerlifting, are you still going to be doing that as well for this year coming up as well?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not. We have a couple of slots that we still need to fill. You know, if I can do it, I am going to do it. And if I have some couple of different ideas of what we're going to do, but we will see.
Now, do you already have the washing on cycle as far as like Cody's going to do like 3 weeks in a row, and then maybe, you know, Kenny will do it a week, and then back to Cody, and then maybe you know, is that how is that going to work? I mean, you're a man with many hats. I mean, not only do you got to coach, you got to teach school. You still got to make sure the locker rooms are up and going. All the uniforms are pressed, washed out, all that good stuff.
Right.
I mean,
we have a good system. We have a good system, and we're pretty efficient and productive, and we get done what needs to get done. And you know, all the coaches are very professional, and they take care of business. And we're proud to say that, you know, our coaches are good teachers too. They do the job.
Boy, do you have something, Trey? Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm used to it. Go. I don't have anything. Go.
Okay, cool. Speaking of teaching, Bubba Walters, a legend of his own, you know, Ingram, Centerpoint. I mean, they might as well name that baseball field after, you know, Coach Walters. But what was it like to be, you know, under Coach Walters, and what were some of the main things that you learned that you can take forward in your new position and new career?
He was a coach's coach. I mean, he did whatever he needed to do, and he went above and beyond to make sure his coaches had the tools to be successful. And you know, he cared beyond the coaching realm, and I learned that, you know, that's great leadership, and I hope to emulate that in that sense. And like I said, I've known him for a long time, and we're good friends, and you know, we hang out. So you know, I still talk to him, and I'm not afraid to say I'm going to lean on him a little bit, you know, because he's done it for 12 years. I think he was the longest reigning AD we had for a while there in the Hill Country.
Yep, that's for sure.
I mean, he's a great man, great dad, great member of society.
All right, we have Tony. I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
No, I was asking you a question, Trey. If you had any comments or what's next for you?
Well, Jeff Page says, "Welcome to Centerpoint," even though you've been there for 10 years, but this is the head honcho now. Well, I think that's what he meant. And also, Tony Villa, wish you the best, coach. That's what he said.
Right. Awesome.
Okay, I want to switch off to, let's talk a little bit about your football team this year. center point last year. You saw the growth of this team last year. You saw them make great strides, everything. What's the number one thing that you're looking, because like the district realignment, everything, like you said, you thought you were going to stay out west, but y'all kind of went
south
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about like how what you expect out of I know what everyone expects, but what do you like? What's your expectations as a head athletic director now?
That we're going to move with a purpose. We're going to play. We're going to play hard. We're going to be moving around. We're not going to be soft, and we're going to play whistle to whistle. We're going to we're going to be as physical as we can, and that's what we're pushing in the summer. And the kids are really bought in. They're excited. I'm excited. Our coaching staff is excited. And we're just looking forward to getting things done and getting them done with like we said, moving with a purpose. It's our whole motto.
That's awesome, man. Got to take just real fast break real quick here as we just need to do this. But hey, I want to talk about my good friend Angela Walters right here for the Kerrville Remax. I'll tell you what, she is a go-getter. Whether you're buying a home, selling a home, you've got some property that you want to just get out there as well, and you want to sell it for the best price that you can get it. Right here, Angela Walters, realtor over at Kerrville Remax. And then you can also just, I wish we could have links in this thing and stuff, but you do have a link in our Facebook page and stuff. So just, hey, go to Kerrville Remax, search Angela Walters. And I tell you what, the best of the best. She's been doing this for many, many years. And like her motto says, she'll work with buyers, sellers throughout the hill country. So call her anytime. So click, there it is right there, Angela Walters. Coach, we have to kind of get to some questions here to kind of get to know Coach Mario Laque just a little bit better. You game for this?
We'll see.
Okay. Number one question, and then I'll let Trey ask one. So number one question is, do you have, like, on Thursday nights a pre-game night meal that you eat the same all the time, the same pre-game meal?
Well, we have on Thursday night, we have team dinner at the Baptist church. Awesome. So it's not the same meal, but all the kids get together. We have some fellowship and, gets the community involved. And usually I'll go in there and I'll eat just a quick bite and I'll head on over to the JV game. And that's my ritual. And when I get home, Carrie, like I said, she's amazing. She knows that I'm already going to start being in what she calls in the zone. And she knows that she's talking to me and I'm not listening. I'm just
zoned out.
And she's good with that. And she's aware of that. And, I usually go to bed early.
Yeah.
And in the morning, the last 4 years in the morning, she'd have her little private moment with Jake before we left, because it's game day. Mm-hmm. And we'd have our little private moment. And that's our ritual.
What about Friday, the game of? Do you have you eat the same sandwich or chips or cookies or anything like that?
I usually go over to I'm gonna give Jose a plug here. I usually go to Los Dos, and I get me a meal at lunch, and that's it for the day.
Nice.
That's it for the day. And when I first got to Center Point, this is kind of crazy. I'd get over to the field a little early, and I'd run a couple of 30-yard sprints just to calm down. But I don't do that anymore. That was a long time ago. So, I just now it's just
10 yards sprints.
No, now it's 0. I get in there and just try to get going. Yeah.
All right. When something's going good, are you superstitious? And do you wash any of your clothing, or do you wear the same clothing after a win the following week?
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. Head to toe.
Oh, wow. Shirts, pants, socks, everything. Just keep it rolling.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Terry, no washing this week, baby. There you go.
No.
Awesome. All right. What about for pregame or game day? Do you have a game day Bible verse?
Can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Someone. Boom.
No matter who we're playing.
That's mine.
Yeah. Lead. Let the kids see you excited. It's infectious.
Amen.
we were talking to some people around, and we got to know a little bit of the quirky side of Coach Mario Laque as well. So we're going to give you the opportunity to try to answer this. So, what is one thing that you would say is that you just got to have almost on a daily basis?
Any of my power lifters can tell you, especially on the growth side, it's got to be coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
What about this?
yeah. That was the case. That was the case. That stopped last September. But yeah, that's absolutely truth. I don't know who told you that, but dang.
Dude, those things are addictive, Jerry.
That's spot on. That was spot on. But yeah,
dude, and that's what I was told. I guess I could let the cat out of the bag. Bubba Walters told me that, man. It's like, man, he always seemed like he had to have a bang. In fact, it was he used to be addicted to the energy drink every game day. So,
he's right. He's absolutely right. I'm trying to cut back on that.
There you go. You go. Awesome. Well, this has been awesome. I mean, just to kind of learn a little bit about you, and now that people know some of the things, and wouldn't be, kind of nervous to give you a talking. But what about the community of Centerpoint right now? I know one of the things that Coach Walters was pretty big on was, community, and it seemed like that, there was some great turnouts in last year's stadium, but the community. I mean, those guys, that town, those fans, those parents. I mean, they're ready to just get going. Do you talk to them much? Do you get things out there for them as well to get them involved in Centerpoint Pirate Athletics?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a big homecoming festival. It used to be in front of the school, but now it's at the community park there that we have, and there was around 200 people there last year, if I'm correct.
Man,
a lot of people there. It was a huge success. And like you talk about filling the stands, I recall a few times, we're a 2A school, and I can't hear myself, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. And it's a 2A school, not a 6A, not a 5A, a 2A. Yeah. So there's been some times you're absolutely spot on that. The community can get loud, and they do love themselves some Pirates. I'm sorry.
And that's what I like about smaller schools, and I do like about bigger schools, because even on like road games and stuff, the whole community's going. Like the whole town's been down, the pride, everything. Where you go to these 6A, 5A schools, okay, whatever, it's like the parents are there, but it just seems like it's more pride in these smaller schools, and that's what we try to bring here. So I noticed it in Centerpoint last year when I go through their football season, all the banners and everything.
Right.
It's awesome sight to see. So that's one thing that's cool about smaller schools and bigger schools.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
Coach, years and years ago, I mean, Centerpoint was not involved in just one rivalry game, 2 rivalry games, but 3 rivalry games. You probably know some of these. Medina Centerpoint, Harper Centerpoint, Rock Springs Centerpoint.
Right. Well, go ahead.
I can say, all of those, you got 2 out of the 3 that are that you'll be playing this year.
In my tenure, I've never been involved against Medina in the 9 years I've been here at Centerpoint, but we've had some battles with Harper, and we love to square up against Rock. Something hits different those Friday nights.
I'll have to tell you some of those, man. It is crazy, and I'll tell you about some of those, man. It was awesome. Medina Centerpoint. Let's just say fans are getting after it, and it's still cool. It wasn't like horrible, but love hate, So
gotcha.
Trey, get any more comments, or one more you want to say, or
no more comments? But I just want to know, because I have different coaches that believe different things. Talk about the schedule real quick. Some coaches like an easier schedule, Pride District, because you get the wins, you get the motivation, whatever. A lot of some other coaches like the tough district, where it prepares you for a tough pre-district before you get you to a district. Which way do you differ? Do you like the moment like non-tough or the tougher district?
Personally, I'd like to get the boys prepared for district, and you do that by stepping out of your comfort zone and playing against guys that you're going to have to be at your best. And scrimmage wise, we got comfort. And we've got Ingram and we've got El Dorado. By no means are those teams. They are strong programs, very strong programs. And I think they'll make us better for St. Anthony, which is week 1.
Speaking of St. Anthony, they've been coming into schools, the last couple of years. I know they're kind of on the downside, but at the same time, they got some returners this year that'll just knock your socks off, if you're not ready for them. But your pre-district is pretty tough. Let's kind of go over it. You got St. Anthony, first game at home. I don't think Ingram, not have Ingram this year, but like you said, in a scrimmage. But I don't think there's been a year that I can remember where Center Point never opened up away on the road. It seems like it's always been home. But you got 3 straight, home games when you got St. Anthony, Ira Rand, and New Braunfels Christian, who, by the way, this year is their first 11-man. Tough schedule, but, man, talk about it, just getting those boys prepared for at least to defend the house or defend the ship, whatever you want to say.
Absolutely. And then we got to go on the road after that, and we go play Harper. So that's 4 tough games. And, something we're looking forward to, it's a challenge. And it is. But our kids are preparing for it. We've got some good senior leadership this summer. And, we're not one to run from a challenge, not Center Point. We're going to go out there. We're going to move with a purpose and get the job done or die trying.
You kind of got some guys that are young, that are young. I mean, you're getting some seniors this year and stuff like that. But position-wise, do you already kind of know who you want and what positions where? Pretty much, yeah. We've got 3 guys that I can see battling it out for the quarterback slot. A senior, Derek Valadez. He's Mr. Versatile. We can put him out wide. You can put him at a slot back, put him at quarterback, and he's playing hard. He's playing hard this summer. He's working real hard this summer. He goes and works 10 hours a day with his dad, and shows up to the weight room, lifts, and then does some football. He wants it. And we've got other players who have, like I said, they work and they come over and they lift, and then we go do our skills, and they work hard, and they're paying the price, and they got a smile on their face, and it's just. I'm blessed to be involved in it, and I can't wait to see when it comes. Yeah. You got me pumped up. I can't wait either because we're making our schedule and everything. So of course, you'll know when we get it out and the games that we'll be covering you with. But man, we're looking forward to getting back into Center Point and just see the fan support and just like you said, a deafening noise. And not only that, you got the buzzards, man. And what I can't help it. Every year that I've known, man, the buzzards come flying in right before kickoff, and they're ready to watch the Pirates. And it's
exactly when they come to roost, it's time to play ball. It's amazing, man. You just gotta love small town. It works out that way.
One last question before we got to go. What is your team motto this year?
I've said it 5 times already. Move with a purpose.
Can you make that on a T-shirt?
I just love it.
Yeah, we have that. It's coming.
I want one.
We've got our defense is going to be anchored down, and offensively it's swords up.
Nice.
Team motto with a purpose.
Move with a purpose. Yeah, Trey needs that. I mean,
I need that
every day.
Especially on Friday nights when I'm at the station until 1:00 at night.
That's just to get you out of bed, man. Move with a purpose. Come on. Coach Mario Laque, we appreciate you so much being on the show. We are super stoked. A lot of people that reached out to me today and yesterday, knowing that you're going to be on, are super excited that this is your time. This is a new era, a new journey, and a chapter for Coach Mario Laque. So we're super excited to see year 1 in that, and at the same time down the road as well, maybe they'll name the football field after you. You never know.
There's one game at a time. One game at a time. I appreciate you guys having me on. I appreciate you guys, what you do for the kids of the Hill Country.
Well, we appreciate you, Coach, and thank you. And we'll be reaching out to you pretty soon.
I hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, especially with some Center Point T-shirts or something.
You got it.
All right. Awesome. All right, that is going to do it for yet another episode here of the Hill Country Nation Sports Wrap Up. We want to thank again Coach Mario Laque for being our guest today. You can still shout out to him by just going to the Hill Country Nation Facebook page and make some comments here or Twitter at Hill Country Nat 1 and Nation. So, yeah, it's an AT and a 1. You like that? That was Trey Collis's idea right there. So, yes, we do want to thank all of our fans for tuning in. And this isn't going to stop. We're going to keep going. Hopefully, we'll be having some highlights coming. But the Friday Night Lights, even better show, going to be coming back again this year, and we can't wait. And we want to thank Angela Walters, Kerrville Remax, one more time for being our sponsor. Thank you so much, Angela. And, yeah, hope you get a sell out of this one. This will be awesome. All right, that's going to do it. We appreciate you. And one last thing, we are out.